How's everybody doing today? Okay, I was posed with a question in one of the comments that this map right here is a fake because the people of that day did not have the means to accurately uh, record their position and to navigate in such a way to basically draw a map like this. And these questions I like. They are not questions that I haven't asked myself, and I very much wondered if the people of this day were actually able to calculate such navigation with the methods that were employed during that time period. And when I was calculating this in degrees, minutes, and seconds, even the seconds was very astonishing. It did give doubt to my mind. Were these people capable, if this map was, say, dated 1179 or 8, which is at the top, or it was 1347 as the date that is located at the bottom? That is a big question. During that time period, did they have the capability of doing that? Well, I've done some research into that, and what I have found may be very telling about what's going on with this map. And it is up to you to come to your own conclusions. The historical record does not have anything close to this that is in recorded history that would be this accurate. And I agree with the comment there. However, it's my observation that recorded history doesn't always tell you exactly what people knew at the time or what was going on at the time or the kind of expertise that they were employing at the time. It's just some people may have had a higher degree of discipline within using the elements of navigation than it is recorded. So with that said, we're going to look at this map, and one of the things that I find very interesting, and we will be moving on, believe me, I'm not just going to stay on this map, but one of the things that's interesting about this map is this 45-degree north latitude. This, it has to be stated as a 00. When you're positioning navigation, it's all about your reference point and where you start. And then it's just a matter of time and distance that you move that is broken down in degrees, minutes, and seconds. And it's all about distance, okay? So, but in order to determine longitude, you have to have a line of latitude to reference your distance, because longitude, the farther you move north or south, the lines of longitude become narrower, so the distance becomes shorter when you break it into minutes and seconds. So if this is a fake, whoever made it up had to know that if they wanted to make it look authentic, they had to put this reference in here, because in order to navigate, you have to have a line of latitude to make all your longitudinal calculations be good. So this right there is very telling. The other thing that's very telling is that one of the things is there's a mistake. He changes his longitudinal coordinate from this one right here, the 64 minutes to 67 minutes west. If I was going to fake this, why would I put that in there? Why would I put in a correction of error? The other thing that's very telling is this date here of when he made it. Now, I know I'm not completely versed in how navigation works, but I know that the beginning reference time, or the time period of travel, is very much connected with the calendar date because of the stars and the moon and all the things, the planetary devices that they use for navigation. So why would that be put in if it was fake? If this was faked, whoever did it was putting in these elements that were far beyond what they needed to put in here to just present a fake map of where Oak Island is. And I'm going to get into a little bit about the date, 1179, and I don't believe 1179 is when this map was laid out. I believe this map was laid out in 1347, just as it was on the date at the bottom. And let's look at that map here. So what I want to talk about is the date and the numbers up here. This number is 37, and it's in a block. Okay? Then we have a symbol right here, and then we have the date 1179. Okay, I'm going to bring you through a little bit of the method used for navigation. Okay, the first thing is the minutes, degrees, and seconds, which is just a measurement of distance on the Earth. Okay, in longitude it differs between your latitude, and in latitude it is the same up and down the Earth, north and south. So every degree is the same in latitude. Degrees of longitude differ between which line of latitude you're going to be on. And it's used the I'm not going to pronounce that, but it's using this numeral system, which is a base 60 system, which has been around since the 3rd millennium BC. So it's old. It's been around for a long time. So here's another thing. This is just a search page, but it says right here that this person in 3rd century BC first proposed the system of latitude and longitude for a map of the world. Okay, so in 2nd century BC, it was first used. Such a system uniquely specified places of the Earth. So this system of navigation has been around since the 3rd century BC. That's when it started. Okay, here's an article here, or this is Wikipedia, the history of longitude, because latitude was pretty much easy. It was the longitude that was really the difficult thing because it varied between wherever you were on the Earth. But here we have this right here. I have it highlighted to where to start. As early as the 11th century, they used Eclipse Data. Okay, they used Eclipse Data plus a clock star. It says it is considered best to achieve the methods available. Observations of eclipse with the naked eye to determine the local time using an astrolabe to measure the altitude and suitable clock star. Okay, this is in the 9th century BC. And then in the 11th century BC, they also used Eclipse Data, or not BC, I'm sorry, 11th century AD. They also used Eclipse Data, but developed alternative methods of involving early forms of triangulation. So this was evolving, okay? And it says his results, you can read this, estimates the results of longitude differences between the two cities. So they were with differs about 1 degree from modern values. So they were within 1 degree in the 11th century. And that is pretty accurate. It's not down to the seconds, but if you have a degree, you can still measure distance and time and come up with distance and time, and still break that down into 60 minutes and 60 seconds. The system was there. It was just a matter of, did you have the expertise to employ it and to write it down? So this is, very important information to understand if you are going to say that these people did not have the technology. I say that they did have the knowledge and they did have the technology to do it. It was just a matter of how well they could do it. And one of the things that I want to get into next is the use of solar eclipse data. And the eclipse data, I have it right here, and this is from a NASA website, I believe. Yeah, NASA. Anyway, this data shows all the eclipse dates throughout history. And if we go right here, 1179, there were 4 eclipses. And in 1178, there was a total eclipse. Now, they used these eclipses because the sun and the moon are aligned. They used these eclipses as points of reference in time in order to reference those, and they would have databases during these times that you could reference and put down on your map or your start time of your voyage, and you can have that reference point to start your navigation. So if we note on this 1178 one, we have the coordinates here of where it was. And actually, if you go on Google Earth, it was right over, it's 38 degrees and 13 minutes. And it has a 200 degree or 200 mile swath. So this eclipse was seen in a 216 mile swath. So it comes pretty close to Spain. So it was right around here. It came right through here. So that record would definitely be part of what would be used to reference this table. So we have 1179, 4 different eclipses. So let's go back and let's see. So what I'm proposing is this is not a date for the map. This is a reference point of a solar eclipse. And I believe this symbol right here, it's a C and an L over top of it. I don't know what the C is, but I think this may refer to a solar eclipse record. And it may be that this is the number of the record that is used, 37, or it may be a reference to the latitude in which it was observed. And the date of the record is 1179. So that's my take on that. I think it is very reasonable to think it is remarkable that this map could be done with such accuracy in the time period that's being stated, which I believe is 1347. However, the means of calculating and doing this kind of a map were fully in the grasp of the people of that time. They were able to do it. The fact that the historical record does not have any evidence to show that anybody did it with this accuracy does not exclude it from possibility. So that's what I have for you, and I will be making another video about theory, truth, theory, and imagination in my next video. And I'll be talking about the 45/2522 theory about Oak Island and the money pit and how it is going to be found, and the shaft that may be found. All right. Thanks for watching.